Could Uber give Republican presidential candidates a lift in the race? Well, prominent GOP politicians like Marco Rubio and Jeb Bush have been lauding the rideshare app in an effort to boost their tech cred. Tony Romm is a senior technology reporter for Politico, and he's written about this story and why Republicans have a love affair with Uber, and he joins us now from Washington. Tony, thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So let me ask you right off the bat, what do Republicans hope to gain from praising Uber?
Well, Republicans are quite literally at this point hailing Uber. You know, it's really good for the party in 2016 to look very close to a hip brand, one that's been fighting against governments, not just in the United States, but across the world. You know, it really plays into the GOP narrative that government should stay away from business. It should allow Silicon Valley to innovate and to look to offer new services. And that's why you've seen folks like Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, to a lesser extent, talking about this company way more than they would have perhaps in previous election cycles.
Yeah, although Hillary Clinton has been a bit more critical of companies like Uber, in an economic policy speech on Monday, she celebrated the opportunities that they create, but also was very skeptical of the workplace protections for employees. I think some people read that as unions. And I know in your article that you pointed out that Rand Paul sent out a tweet saying services like Uber, Airbnb, and Lyft stimulate our economy and work towards lower prices. How is this bad at Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a partisan feud at this point. Clinton was making a point not just about Uber, but about the broader sharing economy, so to speak. We're talking about companies like Uber and Lyft and Airbnb and so forth that don't necessarily have employees. They have what are called independent contractors. And those independent contractors, whether we're talking about drivers or another category of workers, don't get the same sort of workplace benefits that might come with being a full-time employee. That's what Clinton was talking about, making sure that those workplace protections are there. But plenty of folks read into her speech a criticism of the entirety of the sharing economy. And that's why you had folks like Jeb Bush and Rand Paul tweeting and sending out statements, hammering Clinton for standing against Silicon Valley, standing against that sort of innovation, exactly the sort of message that Republicans are trying to put forward in 2016, especially because for this party, it's all been about getting that tech cred and winning some of those tech donations in the process.
Tony Romm, great article in Politico. I appreciate you for being here.
Thanks for having me.